former Senate President, pwede naman ng presidente mismo ang tumawag ng special session just to make it consistent with the view of the Senate President, Chis Escudero, na kailangan ang session for us to be able to convene an impeachment court and approve the rules needed for the impeachment trial. These are three different views, but at the end of the day, Karen, no, constitutional duty to. So I think we have to address this concern with haste without any delay.
Hello po mga ka-viral and welcome back again to this YouTube channel. Latest update na naman tayo ngayon. VP Sara Duterte nagulat sa desisyon ni Pangulong BBM na magpatawag ng special session at masimulan na ang impeachment trial. Samantala madidiin sa panibagong ebidensya ngayon na hawak ng Kongreso si VP Sara Duterte. Attorney Jinky Luestro may nakahandang sorpresa na hawak hinggil sa mga identity na nakatanggap di umano sa confidential funds ni VP Sara Duterte noong DepEd Secretary pa ito. Subalit ang mga pangalan at identity ng mga nakalista kabilang na ang controversial na pangalan ni Mary Grace Piatos ay hindi nakarehistro sa PSA. Ayon kay Congresswoman Jinky Luestro, ito ay malinaw na grounds ng falsifications of public documents at ang payola system sa DepEd. Base na rin sa tatlong opisyal ng DepEd na lumantad at nagbigay ng statements hinggil sa bayaran sa DepEd. Ayon kay Luestro ay handa ni umano sila bilang bahagi ng prosecutor sa impeachment trial ni VP Sara Duterte. Siya di umano ang nakatoka sa paglilitis sa confidential funds ng OVP. Samantala, Supreme Court ay naglabas na ng desisyon hinggil sa petisyon ng kampo ni VP Sara Duterte na ipawalang bisa ang impeachment complaint dahil sa unconstitutional na fourth impeachment na isinusulong ng taga-kamara. Sa kabilang banda naman, ang Senado naman ay nanindigan pa rin na sa Hunyo pa magsisimula ang impeachment trial ayon kay Senate President Chis Escudero, kung saan tatawid sa 20th Congress ang impeachment trial ng OVP. Nakatanggap ng matinding pambabatikos naman si Escudero dahil sa di umano'y paglabag nito sa constitutional process na shall be conducted forthwith ng isang impeachable official.
Joining us now, we have Batangas 2nd District Representative Jervil Luistro. Representative Luistro, good morning.
Good morning, Karen, and thank you for having me again in your program.
I know, are you starting the campaign already?
This has been my routine since my day one of becoming a congresswoman. So whether with election or otherwise, ito po yung ating trabaho talaga whenever we are in the district here in Batangas. Conducting our regular preparation towards the impeachment trial. We are having this posture of pushing the impeachment trial earlier than pronounced by the Senate President. And we continue to hope that with the other sectors of the Philippines pushing for an earlier impeachment trial, we're hoping that the Senate will change its mind and consider the clamor of the Filipino people to have the impeachment trial even before election.
Okay, but is there a clamor? You heard the report. It seems that in a new survey, 43% of Filipinos don't want the impeachment trial.
In as far as I am concerned, Karen, I am here in the district. Most of the time I am with the constituents, and a lot of people are asking really, when are we going to start with the impeachment trial? I also ask my colleagues in the House, my fellow prosecutors, and they told me that their constituents in their respective districts have the same sentiments and inclination. So in as far as the prosec team is concerned, Karen, we honestly believe that there's really a clamor from the part of the public to proceed with the impeachment trial right away. In addition to that, Karen, we can see from the news, various sectors and groups, and even prominent political figures and legal experts pushing for an earlier impeachment trial. So yes, Karen, I believe that there is a clamor.
Now, former Senate President Franklin Drilon said it is within President Marcos Jr.'s power. It's within the president's power to actually call for a special session. Why do you think is he not calling for one?
Well, I cannot speak for the president, Karen, pero I can surmise that it's because he adhered to the principle of separation of power. He understands that the impeachment is a concern which rests exclusively to the jurisdiction of the impeachment court. So even considering that the president can call any time for a special session, he's maintaining his position that it should be the Senate which should decide whether to push right now or on a later date as pronounced by the Senate president.
Now, you don't think that politics has everything to do with it?
Well, if you're referring to the timeline which is being proposed by the senators, I think just like any other politician who are seeking for a re-election, I think that is one consideration also, whether they will be getting the support of the pro Dutertes or otherwise. That is one consideration. Plus, we have to consider also the stand of the Iglesia ni Cristo as has been manifested already in the previous occurrences, and of course the time which we need to dedicate to this campaign in preparation for the election. We understand that mas malaki yung pangangailangan for preparation ng mga senador kumpara sa mga congressmen, because we're taking care only of our respective districts compared to the senators who are running to national position. They need to move around the entire country, Karen. And if we will be considering the absentee voting, kailangan din nilang mangampanya even overseas with regards to the OFWs and the migrant workers, Karen.
Okay, now hearing everything that you just brought up, looking back, was it wise for the House leadership to actually impeach Vice President Sara Duterte right before elections? Could it have been planned? Were you caught by surprise? Were you caught by surprise?
We were not caught by surprise, Karen. No, our appreciation of what we did is we are addressing a constitutional duty that we really have to take. May election o wala, Karen, it is our mandate to push this impeachment complaint if we really find basis to push for one. No, so I think with what happened to us, we did not consider anymore the upcoming election. What we did consider is our constitutional duty to transmit this impeachment complaint, especially we have reached the consensus of the 215 members of the House. And we've seen the basis, the clear basis why we are pushing for this impeachment complaint. So with or without election, Karen, it is the constitutional duty that we really have to take, Karen.
Okay. Now, with this timeline, Senate President Cheese Escudero announcing that the trial will be starting July 30. That is 4 to 5 months from now. Have you already accepted this, the prosecution team?
Well, we are maintaining our position, Karen, that we are pushing for an earlier impeachment trial, no? As a matter of fact, we continue with our preparation. We have our respective assignments already, and as far as the article of impeachment is concerned, no? We understand, Karen, na iba yung mandato ng Senate because they will be sitting as the impeachment court judges. Iba yung mandato namin who will be taking care of the prosecution of the impeachment case. And in as far as we are concerned, in spite of the pronouncement of the Senate President, we are maintaining this posture for an earlier impeachment trial. So what we need to do, we are really doing in preparation for what we are anticipating, the impeachment trial, which we hope will come earlier than pronounced by the Senate President.
I'm curious, what is your understanding of the Constitution? Drilon says the President can call for a special session. Then now Senate President Escudero said only the Supreme Court can compel the Senate in recess to convene as an impeachment court. What are your thoughts?
I think, Karen, the disparity in the opinion lies between whether pushing this impeachment falls within the legislative function or the impeachment function of the Senate. I heard the pronouncement of the Senate President. He is maintaining the position that a session is needed to be able to convene as an impeachment court, approve the rules, amend the rules when necessary. However, there are other legal experts who says that legislative session is not actually needed because impeachment process is outside the legislative function of the Senate, which means with or without session, they can anytime convene as an impeachment court. The view of then Senate President Drilon pertains to the discretion of the President to call a special session, which is a separate and independent way for us to be able to convene in a legislative process, which in consonance with the opinion of the Senate President is needed to be able to convene as an impeachment court and approve their respective rules, no? Parang tatlong separate views to, Karen, eh. One, kailangan yung legislative session to be able to convene as an impeachment court. I think this is the position of the Senate President. For the other legal experts, no need for legislative session because impeachment is different from legislative function. Kung hindi magkasundo dito sa dalawang to, here comes the pronouncement of Senate President Drilon, the former Senate President. Pwede naman ng presidente mismo ang tumawag ng special session just to make it consistent with the view of the Senate President Chis Escudero na kailangan ang session for us to be able to convene an impeachment court and approve the rules needed for the impeachment trial. These are three different views, but at the end of the day, Karen, no, constitutional duty to. So I think we have to address this concern with haste without any delay.
Okay, my last question, what's your take with the Vice President hinting on a 2028 run?
I think that is not a surprise.
Intentional or I don't know, violation. Parang harsh naman kaagad to come at that judgment, ano? Our dear friend, Senator Chis Escudero, is a brilliant lawyer. And he does his own studying. We may differ in our opinions, but still, yun na nga, umaasa pa rin kami from the House of Representatives for maybe a different interpretation. Anyway, they came up with a special order, nakasaad na nga yung calendar nila sa aming panlasa, sana nga, mas maaga, no? Pero katulad nga ng sinabi ko, baka may mga practical considerations that come into place. Ako lang naman to, baka personal opinion, yung aking intuition. But I'm not saying it's true. I can't read people's minds, basically. So, mawala ng lahat, wag lang ang pakiramdam. Pero, nandiyan pa rin ang pag-asa. Mawala rin lahat, wag lang ang pag-asa na pakikinggan nila ang aming suggestion.
Sige, thank you po. Mag-shift lang po ako sa another topic kasi po si TML Ortega, meron po kayong nirelease na statement this morning saying Palawan is at risk if China-funded candidates will win the elections. Can you elaborate and what made you say so po?
Nakita po natin na ang dami na namang kumakalat na nagsasalita na sinasabi na naman nila, they're claiming na pagmamayari na naman nila yung Palawan. Naku, isa na yan sa pinakamalaking fake news sa araw na to. So, nakakalungkot. That's why sabi ko nga po dun sa stand natin na hindi pwede naman na hindi pro-Pilipinas yung mga iboboto natin na senador. Kailangan yung malasakit saka yung dedikasyon nila para sa bansa. Napakaklaro naman po yan. Kaya yung mga medyo tikom dyan, alam na this. Hindi sila pro-Pilipinas. Kailangan ko pa ba sabihin kung kanino sila pro? Diba? Yung mga pro-troll na yan, sigurado. Magkakasama lahat yan. Oh. So, ganun lang po kasimple yung stand ko doon. I mean, I have been consistent with all my statements na wag po natin bibigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga hindi pro-Pilipinas na kandidato. Kasi Yun ang dapat number one na criteria ng tumatakbo na senador. Kahit naman hindi sobrang galing, kahit na hindi sobrang sipag, kahit na hindi wala pang plataforma, siguro medyo makakalusot pa yung mga yun. Pero yung number one na criteria na hindi ka maka-Pilipinas, dapat pro-Pilipinas ka. Yun ang number one na criteria para sa mga senador.
Can you name names, sir? Sino tong mga senatoriables at saka party list na China-funded?
Hindi sila sikat eh, hindi ko sila kilala. Oo. Yung mga medyo pro-China na maingay, hindi naman ganun. Yung mga number 40, number 50, hindi ko na pinapansin. Ha? Sa kabila. Sus naman, kayo talaga. Hindi, pero ano kasi, hindi naman, parang dinidisguise kasi nila, puro sila bato ng issues. Sabi ko nga, di ba, plataforma bago paninira. Yung mga malalakas maninira sa administrasyon, nako, yun na yung mga, yung mga nasa baba, yung mga hindi masyado sikat, yun na yung mga pinupondohan nila. Pero ang problema, baka yung binibigay na suporta o tulong, hindi na rin nila ginagamit sa kampanya. O, di ba? Kaya matalino naman ang taong bayan, nakikita ng tao yan. Nakikita nila yung mga pro-Pilipinas na kandidato. Saka mukhang hindi naman sila mananalo, kaya okay lang. Kaya mo na. Yun nga lang, nakakasira lang ng good vibes.
Ang gusto kong sabihin, isang basic requirement na establish sa ating election laws and of course the Constitution. Ang first requirement ay dapat Filipino citizen. Hindi pwedeng dual citizen, kailangan Filipino citizen. Pero ang pagiging Pilipino ay dinadala sa puso. And really, how can you even imagine a senator na ang loyalty niya wala sa ating bansa? So, ekis na sila.
Kung gusto nila mag-start talaga ng before June 2 yung trial or maghintay pa ng
Sinabi ko na yan. Wala naman sa clamor o pressure yan o palakasan ng boses. Ang sinasabi ng batas ay ang sinasabi ng batas. Unless sabihan kami ng Korte Suprema sa mandamus petition na pending ngayon, ang sinasabi ng batas at saligang batas at ng Senado sa ngayon bilang sole trier of impeachment ang siyang mananaig at hindi yung gusto ng mas nakararami lamang bagaman ito'y labag sa batas. Hindi naman porket mas mag-ingay ka, lalabagin na natin yung batas. Hindi naman porket takot ka matalo, lalabagin mo na yung batas para lang manalo ka sa eleksyon na darating. Hindi ako naniniwalang ganun yun. Kung ano ang tama ay tama, kung anong legal ay legal, kung anong naaayon sa batas ay naaayon sa batas. Sino man ang tutol dito, sino man ang mapapaboran nito. Yan ang dapat nating sundin at sundan.
Sir SP, so kapag sinabi po ng SC na yung forthwith ay agad, susundin niyo, sir?
Depende kung anong ibig sabihin nun. Depende kung anong sasabihin niya, anong agad.
Ibig sabihin, sir, kung sabihin ng SC na
Bukas.
magsimula na kayo agad,
Bukas.
susunod kayo.
Paano? Paano nila sasabihin? Ang sabi, trial shall forthwith proceed. Trial is the reception of evidence, admission of evidence by the impeachment court. Bukas, hindi namin kayang gawin yon. Dahil wala pang sagot ang nasasakdal. Wala pang reply ang prosecution. Wala pang preliminary conference. So anong i-order nila sa amin specifically? Ayokong pangunahan ng korte. Kaya yung sinasabi din ng ilang prosecutors, kung pwede lang daw, bukas na mismo. Mukhang hindi nila alam ang rules. Hindi namin kayang gawin yon kahit simulan namin yung proseso nang hindi pa nare-refer sa amin. So babasahin namin kung ano man yun at pag-aaralan namin kung paano ito mapapatupad at kung kaya itong patupad. Ulitin ko, ng pang-apat na beses na, nagdesisyon ng Korte Suprema noon, nag-TRO sa Kamara, huwag niyong ituloy yung impeachment ni Chief Justice Davide. Nagbotohan ng Kamara, tinuloy pa rin nila. Nagdesisyon ng korte, huwag niyong buksan yung foreign currency deposit account ni Chief Justice Corona. Nagdesisyon ng Senado, galangin natin, sundin natin. So, Senado pa rin bilang impeachment court ang magdedesisyon yan o Senado bilang plenaryo ang magpapasya ng bagay na yan. Kung ako tatanungin, as a general rule, marapat at dapat galangin palagi ng Senado anumang desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Pero sa dulo, pagpapasya niya ng Senado.
SB, sorry, balik lang po ako on mining.
Yes.
Ilang
I
years-
thank you.
Ilang years na po yung pinapropose ng Senate on the extension ng Orban, sir?
Extension ng?
Orban po. Yung 5 years.
Wala pa. Sa ngayon ay nakatalagayan sa 5 years. Ngayon, ang pinag-usapan kanina, pwede yang humaba ng 7, 8, 10 years. Pwedeng 5 years pa rin, pero subject to extension ng DNR, ng FIRB o ng DTI, or pwedeng by mineral din. Kung by mineral, ibig sabihin, gold, nickel, iron, copper, depende rin sa ganun. Bukas ako kaugnay sa bagay niyan.
Sir, on the bi-mineral po, ano po yung basis of the extension po?
Kasi ang gold may processing na rito. So, yung ban pwedeng immediate pagdating sa gold. Ang copper meron na, pero hindi pa kompleto yung proseso. Nickel, wala pa. Iron ore, wala. So, depende sa mineral, yung period na pwede nating bigay. Yun ang sinasabi kong bukas kami sa bagay na yan. May sasabihin ako sa iyo, Mian, mamaya. Paalala mo sa akin.
3 months pa yung hinihintay natin. Eh, lahat na-achieve na. Anong advice mo na lang sa mga...
Nilahat mo naman, ako hindi. Ikaw, baka naman ikaw lang. Baka ikaw lang. Kaya nga, ang daming kwento, kaya nga naglalabas ng ibang kwento para maaliw kayo ng konti. Kayo naman, balik kayo ng balik. So, ano ulit yung tanong?
So, with... of course, parang lalong magdadami yung clamor na magdarap or magtuloy. Ano yung advice mo na lang?
It's a hypothetical question. Nadadami yan. At saka ulitin ko. Hindi kayang baguhin ng ingay mula sa anumang sektor o grupo yung nakasulat sa batas. Hindi namin babaguhin yon, depende sa palakasan ng sigaw. Hindi naman ako si Andrew E. na sinong mas malakas. Pinakamalakas, pinakamingay. Wala naman, hindi naman ako yon. So, hindi ko trabaho yon. Sinong ano? Ayun. Hindi ko naman trabahong hanapin yon.
So, aralin na lang before yung advice dun sa mga involved sa trial. Aralin yung rules, maghanap ng evidence.
Maghanda, mag-aral, at magprepara. Para kapag ito'y nagsimula na, ay handa tayo. At wala nang delay. Maliban na lang kung may ibang pag-utos nga ang Korte Suprema. Nasasagutin pa lamang namin sa mga susunod na araw. Off the table sa parte nino. Ulitin ko under the Constitution, we can request for a special session for urgent legislation. May nalalaman ka bang urgent legislation? Na ayaw nyo nga pag-usapan eh. So, anong gusto ninyo? Magsisinungaling ako? Magpapanggap ako? Mag-aarte-arte ako na kunwari may urgent legislation at magre-request ako ng special session? Samantalang alam nyo naman, ang dahilan lang ay yung clamor daw o yung ingay daw. Hindi naman yata tama yon, di ba?
So, sir, off the table yung
Sa parte at panig ko.
Pero pag tumawag ang Malacan niya,
Kasi ang binabanggit niya, pwede talaga kayong mag-proceed na before June 2 since hindi nyo kailangan in session dahil hindi naman kayo aakto na legislative body, but impeachment body.
Hindi namin napag-usapan yon. Pero may problema kayo. Hindi pa nare-refer officially sa plenaryo yung impeachment complaint. Tinanggap pa lang yan ng Secretary General ng Senado. Under our rules, officially dapat basahin yung impeachment complaint. Nung nakadaang panahon, majority leader ang gumawa niyan. Pero nung tiningnan namin yung rules ng Amerika kung saan binasa yung rules ng Senado, Ang nagbabasa nun ay prosecution. Yung House prosecutors ang nagbabasa nun sa plenaryo sa Senado, sa Amerika. At yun ang direksyon na nais namin tahakin kaugnay nito. Dahil hindi trabaho ng majority leader na gampanan ng papel ng House prosecutors na siyang magbabasa ng reklamo o impeachment complaint sa plenaryo.
So sa June 2, sorry Kuya. So sa June 2, ang magbabasa ng complaint sa plenary ay from House?
Yun ang ipinapanukala namin at yun ang tila direksyong tinatahak na ngayon ng legal team upang sa gayon ay magawa ng formal ito. Dahil nga, kinopya natin yung rules natin sa Estados Unidos at yun ang kanilang practice.
SP, but do you agree that your role, your hat as senator judges, hindi siya kasama ng legislative function nyo?
Maliwanag yun, pero lahat ng impeachment na ginanap ng Senado natin mismo, hindi ng ibang bansa. Nagsimula ng in-session ang Senado, tumuloy kahit na nag-recess ang Senado. Hindi pa tayo nagsisimula ng in-session ng Senado. Yun ang inaalala ko kaugnay dyan sa mga panukalang umupo na lamang kami bilang impeachment court ngayon. Kapag kami misstep o mali kami dyan, edi may dagdag rason na naman na idemanda ang Senado. Hindi ako takot sa demanda, pero may dagdag rason na naman idemanda, umakyat, questionin, baka imbis na mapabilis ng mga gustong mapabilis, mas lalo pang tumagal ito.
Pero SP, as correctly pointed out by Sen Coco, whatever happens naman, may aakyat talaga doon. May magpapile talaga.
Pero hindi sa dahilan yan. May umakyat na nga eh, pero hindi sa dahilan yan. Hindi na nga ako sang-ayon sa dahilan eh. Ba't pa namin dadagdagan? Wala pa nga kaming ginagawa, inakyat na kami, kayo naman. Di lalo pa pag may ginawa kami na medyo opinion lang ng isa, dalawa o tatlo. Titiyakin namin na anumang gagawin namin ay sang-ayon sa batas sa aming pananaw at hindi simpleng teorya lang na pwede nating gawin ito. Lahat naman pwede kung sa pwede lang ang pag-uusapan. Pero dapat may sinasandalang mas solidong basihan sa batas.
And you told Sen Coco that...
Hindi nga namin napag-usapan yan eh.
No, I mean,